Welcome to Flexible Friday. Today we're going to talk about airplane travel, but actually we're going to focus on stretches while you're seated with all your happy roommates, right? I'm going to be taking a trip to Australia, which I've done many times before, and I will share with you that 20 some hours of flying can wreak havoc on you. However, if consistently throughout your flights, you do a couple of stretches, your body's going to feel better, your mind's going to feel better, and you'll feel a whole lot better when you get to your final destination. I always start with energy zesting, and I really think that that's a great thing to do in airplanes. Now, first of all, I'm going to suggest to you, do not worry what anybody thinks of you or what you're doing. It's perfectly fine. And yes, getting up and moving about the cabin is an absolute wonderful way to keep your circulation going. Oftentimes it's a challenge to do that as frequently as you'd like to, depending on where you're seated. So the first thing I'm going to do is show you a little mini energy zesting that you can do in your airplane. See, I'm in the airplane, can you tell? Got my luggage stowed below me. And you notice I have on my little slippers. They have leather soles on them, and I always fly in them for my feet. It makes my feet much happier, and I can move about the cabin, and I just take my shoes off. So we're going to start with a mini energy zesting. So we're going to do it much the same, and you may have less space, but you can still get your energy from here across your knee, okay? Just get it straight down. Now this might be a challenge for you, the next one, if you're particularly tall, to be able to actually pull your knee up in your seat. It doesn't have to go high, but you want to try and get it up. Now when we do this, we're going to keep our elbows in. We usually have them out, but we're going to be here. So, and you can go ahead and activate your energy anytime you need to. You can do that in your chair. Right down to the collarbone. And you can do this as many times as you want in the flight, just to keep your energy going, to clear that space. Oftentimes I feel a lot of stagnant air around me in an airplane, and I'm pressured with an awful lot of humans in a small space. Right there, that top rib, right in the center there. Now I go ahead, and this one is going to be a little more challenging, so we'll just do part of it, because normally we go up with our fingers out. We'll just go here and breathe. So just keep your elbows in front of you. And breathe. Take it down right between your eyes. To your heart. Just keep your elbows in, right down to your belly button. And then just fold them down to the extent you can. A couple more deep breaths. And you can, to the extent that you can, you want to go ahead and pull your energy up. And then just put your hands by your side. That might be more challenging, but you want to just get, as long as you can just get it flowing, just feel it flowing. And now you want to go ahead and zip. And you're going to do the shimmy right there in your seat, just a little shimmy. Just pretend like you're the 2-year-old petulant toddler dancing on the airplane seat, you know, the kid behind you. Yeah. So you can do that at any time, okay? The other thing you can do that's really helpful is the breathing sequences we've talked about. You can do the box breathing, which is inhale for 4, hold it on the top for 4, exhale through your mouth, hold it for 4. Go ahead and click onto my library, and there is a series just on breathing that will explain a couple of other breathing sequences that you can use. If you're feeling any anxiety, any tension, any stress, if you're just feeling tired, do some breathing. If you're having a hard time really getting deep breaths through your system at any time, go ahead and just put one finger, middle finger between your eyes, the other one in your belly button, and that connects some energy, kind of like turning on the light switch for your deep breathing. And that's another good thing for you. So with that being said, we're going to actually start our stretching, and we're going to start from the top to the toes. And you can do anything, always the neck rotation, so we can rotate our neck. And I suggest you do these, 5 to 10 times, depending what feels right for you. And then you can look at your row mates. You can look out the window. Now this time we're going to tilt. It's nice to be able to put your arm up and tilt and adjust the tilt, but with someone sitting there, that's probably not going to happen. Just let the gravity work. And then you can tilt to the other side. So all of the directions, you can look up and you can look down. Now for the next one, we're going to have to keep our elbows in. So put your hands behind your neck, but you're going to keep your elbows as close, you're not going to stick them out here. You're going to start here and tilt your neck forward and start bringing your elbows towards one another. And as far as you can go down through your neck into your upper back. Just breathe into that. And you can probably do the reverse prayer, right? The reverse just right behind you. This is what I'm doing. Right behind you. It's just that you might have to take them down one at a time. You can rotate those shoulders. Both directions. Now, you're going to put your hands on the seat in front of you gently. So you got your hands there, and then you're just going to roll forward as far as you can to open up that low back. Think about your core being engaged and working with you. Yes. So that's a good, good. Using that core, and you're also activating the quadriceps. And you sit up straight. As long as you can hold that, come back, get some more oxygen to go back, but gently. Hands gently on that seat in front of you. Now you want to sit up and you want to rotate. So to the extent you can, you want to rotate that lower back. And rotate. And now just bring up one knee and give it a hug. Now this depends on how tall you are and how much you can do. Then you want to give the other knee a hug. If you can cross your leg over, you can do that. Sit up tall and then rotate. You would get more. And then if you lean forward just a little bit, you're going to get a little bit of break there, opening up that hip. And I know sometimes it's difficult to cross your legs with the seat in front of you. So just kind of shimmy your leg over. You got it. Okay. And then just lean forward, open up that hip and that back. Core's engaged. Now, we're going to do some, I call it, you can run, or you can do called dancey feet, So you just want to get that oxygen flowing. And the more you stretch, of course, there's the, concern about deep vein thrombosis, DVT. Now, the other thing that's really important, and you're going to have to kind of sit up, and if you can't get both up at the same time, but you really want to work with those feet. You want to rotate outward, inward, and then you're going to flex and point through. And flex. If you further up you get them, the more engaged your leg from your calves and up into your hamstrings will be engaged. But whatever level works for you, and you can consistently do that. And how about the wrists? Yeah. And that kind of gets your energy flowing also. That's a real good thing to do just in a moment's notice. And then I'm going to tell you 2 other things you can do. There's a lot of things you can do in your seat, but as long as you're focusing on each part of your body, so you're working down. But there's 2 other things you can do that work really well. You can do the great ab squeeze. It's merely just grabbing it, tighten that whole core, and just hold it. Shoulders are down, nice and soft, and you're holding it. You're gonna hold it as long as you can. And then release. A couple deep breaths, engage. Beautiful. And one more thing that's really great when you're in that seat, and this is strengthening as well as lengthening, but little butt squeezes. Just squeeze that butt. You're gonna feel your legs activate the muscles, yeah? And squeeze and hold. You can actually do the abs and the butt together. That's a 2-for-1 win for you. So I want to thank you for joining me. If you enjoyed the session, if you want to hit the like button, I would love for you to subscribe to us. And I've got some exciting things coming up. I will be taking you on my trip to Australia. Start you up Sunday, 9 a.m. Pacific time, and Magical Monday, 8 a.m. And this Monday, I'm going to talk to you and show you what I use in the airplane. What little things and tricks that I have to make my long ventures more enjoyable and that my human stays centered and balanced. My name is Gina Bieland. I'm the creator, founder, and chief energy officer right here at Strength, Stretch, and Shine, where all things are about flexibility, balance, and strength for your mind, your body, and your soul. I love all of you, and until next time, be flexible.